This is Wadu TV. Truth and integrity.
Yatrane politics tantaina ya wo krom ha ye hu de ye huntie na obema etimi sina social media no oto oba ho ahwe nanim ahwe ne ho ahwe ne yobia nipa na wudi na tam so nyo ne board ho
na obi bia akaba Infamra Body TV so e be say first time is no more subscribe na more like video no mo comment enso ho hia pa mo nyantomo emayen na mayenti mo e wo Yaa Titi akache CTV no butu unmise hodie na NDC4 party no womo channel no na bibi nkoyi omaka ai Yaa Titi ne panelist akasa diafa Gifty Oware na wotwetwe mwawie ebeto dwase ena before a detained no emunsem omafaya diafa ho sanso an expectation first budget ewo NDC amemu no nyame adomo a Kesa to forcing e de be kwakoto dwom na hye bedwom no expectation it is saying ye betwa e-levy mu ye betwa betting tax mu na emu nsem ho yenkoteli
Gifty Oware na oye national service directors ni mu baako BNI ma me kan BNI na me hu ntomi ade asem ko ne NI bi ni confusion ya BNI editing no your take on that
Obapa me say asemi de sem say ye to aba ni wie ya na sha say eni nam frema mu a but me questions pen maybe sir I mean because me to me nonsense I only ask questions Oba no so no a deputy wo national service secretary into when I no sha na say no report to my home
sana na bi wo ho
no me can executive secretary so no executive secretary.
Oh, pay for our report more.
Former regional Ashanti regional minister. And you know obey.
Yeah.
So why is on Nkwana Ndiaba out? And after investigations in the Bible.
I learned investigations are shall say into your free executives media no more.
I didn't know by no Nkwana Diana that's what they said ebia. Adwuma no Nkwana ye hobby. No, sorry na. On
that part, I agree with you because I'm not paying say it is because of the posture. On say proud to elections, you know. Ne kasa ne the one na no. It's like na enkofo bebre adwa no. Enti ade ne ba ya na ne di ka da se na bi wonam ho. Nana B is part of National Service Secretariat as my
Nasi Nana B a board member.
So he's part.
Or a board member.
Our questions are also answer for it.
Inti. And there's a politically a comment be or is that what you want to tell me?
That is my
Sadia Senator saying wrong. Sadia, we are not
like the D1 Crofo bebre, and I think say no na man Crofo e boni din. Make us a sanity.
Cause A B Adia ba ko a wo say nyina ye ti ase going forward in this country me say. To me be ukosro bafo ebedu bibi won say onya sa to me also be atem wase yeti hey say ubo mi no say me former regional secretary he said me yes regional secretary but regional secretary o say ano ohumi a o ma me respect because when me say my be pen to me oya den ya ebedu bibi no na enu
be ko be before
sa kind of running a country power few inside na fi na de chi na sem na say na ya ye no sa at the end of the day no you hu ba bi e de kokosi no I think that is where I'm worried about. One. Two, say sika na no mutua no say I'm passing no mutua sika na nya control account for ni tua nti no mu so mutua no then data na no mu di tua data no ni omhwe so tua no say data no that agency it's under ministry be the board nti ministry no so then na omo ya omo okay omo data omo di tua nti ade no de so a lot of things that we need to ask questions also bisa nti investigations no mama ye nko ye no say MPP and say we purely building a country and you want to sanitize the system. Because Obapa, in Kolawe, I think about 80,000. The national service for Nankasa Krampo no more year service within that period in a year, no more Kasa Kraya. It is on to me the 80,000.
81,000.
81,000. Eka about 100 and something thousand. I said, in Kolano Bay about 200,000. Universities in your woman in almost lists. Inti Misre National Investigation Bureau Omumbo Modinomunya Ghana a good work by providing detailed information because a coho umutia now even say Sikano Babeto Yinuma how is that money disbursed?
Exactly the point.
How is it disbursed?
Investigation there was a baby here.
Mama no yipian kofa because ye tanisi ye image you here. Ade we are can. A diplomat no more mind women omo political officers are. Say no we omo hwe.
Yeah.
No more advice omo ambassadors. Omo advice omo self here. Because you can't do this in this modern world that you woman say I'm passing no crack. So na me kire no. Nti ye besre. Nti that is where I am because that ministry was headed by a very hard-working minister, Educhum.
Yeah.
Educhum. And then you have the board. Nti board no so no omo tenase a then adin ye. Nti the issue of board in the management of organizations in state organizations or say a ye pa. The also board in a year. A board we had also call orientation and that I don't know.
Okay.
I think said this time round. See a 4 big board member. The partisan approach no quite they pick no. Na yen pen for at least more competence on betting abuaye. Because a state resources so. Enti ye 4 big board. No ba no betra na ye team ni brodonkwa ni take home na de manona. At the end of the day, na se BBC no kokoko is here. Very unfortunate. Intermediate. Let's say Saturday no say then a friend, Friday no.
Yeah, Friday.
Omuguso ehwehwem or a lawyer for and I trust say the man kwan am a lawyer for so a defend but me gidi say all your documentations and obi antimi an question say ade ni nkola ya omo year service no me 100 na ade na ade 180
and the problem ba kwa me wo ho enso ye Ghana card no ye say obi ntimi use obi de and we know say obi ye validation omo use Ghana card. So how is it possible for somebody to use somebody else's Ghana card to validate and create an account? Abosumi be a sikani to.
Na sa person so okoyi. Or the day they for you. And 80,000 yes more.
And yes every month is about 50 million.
And this sikano e to bi account and say sikano ko to mpuduo na obi akofa ni na na.
And na kobo baako you know.
So there are a lot of questions to this whole thing.
Okay.
Me security person.
Sure.
But at least me see and me these are the issues that are coming into my mind.
Okay.
So I trust to say national security for no more expertise, more for a better so that the better clear as a country.
Yeah.
Whoever and pass on to me idea. Nature say a syndicate. Nipa bebre
na kabomu.
No see because from one sector to the other, no, say you're successful. Let's just say this is a scheme,
okay.
Maybe that's what I would say.
Bradley.
Yeah, I better say this issue about national service scandal by no neighbor. Brana President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, President of the Republic of Ghana. It came because of an investigation via 4th Estate conducted here. Manasi Azuria Woon in Nkrofo investigation a report by say I mean Mami behind these this scandal. Samreno na Mr. say was senka Akufo-Addo aban etimeshe investigation say ehunu say asama, you know, Fourth Estate can because Fourth Estate a very credible media organization. You know, say most of their investigation when they buy na at the end of the day no cre ya na wom. But over the bar, you must be can ya say Akufo President Akufo do ye den wo ho. I also was inviting my no or Timima, you know, the necessary state agencies. I inviting no said they be on better to na no ya hwe bibia asem no kono say e no kre anaso say no kre. O ma nya hwe amfa ho e no body free abe mo. President Mahama ebaye o shebo say e yade a obeye investigation afa ho. Mami eye na dwen say obedwane Africana because no one say
Jane no yes obedwane say bia e bia satan no na dwen so betu ni kwan dada.
Enya no kre. You see investigation e mo bia ye actually say she wanted to run away from the shores of this country because no one say obvious because these Fourth Estate reports over the by and that's some control. I mean the choir of fast by conniving with other, you know, employees to actually do this. No, they said they have very solid, you know, investigation, cockota. They will come as witnesses and all that. Okay. So she was convinced beyond reasonable doubt. Say, "Nya dia obeti me afa ne ho adi." Baby a okọ, you know, the entire back was because of assurance the lawyer for Edemano, assurance the minority in parliament headed by Afenyo Markins Edemano so the omra no ba ombe ye bia na omatimi a defend no enyo nonko said the menu abema e cartel
because na be or no your deputy executive secretary in charge of
operations so ho ono crampo di makotene pa but the investigation see they are actually acting based on the reports, the investigation reports conducted by the Fourth Estate. Okay. And the key suspects in this report you know Gifty Oware. So say per se domosiko ehunu the others who are involved and all that I was say you need the key suspects no you see betimi to na no nti ye mo shas ye to na no a na ebetwere say was say we tu ensafre we ye tu ensafre we and all that you know nko na omo action so far okay say I mean, one of the, you know, the staff, the friend is saying, very feeling kakra, Rambo, so all these are investigation day, cost. I mean, it's unfortunate. Say, I mean, for your almost service. Obi abia 4 or 5 months, ni enchi omoka, no almost salary buy. Ebi dey come 3 months, 2 months, 4 months. Said yentia. It was because of the numbers, the huge numbers are. You know, figures now double you know. And so I say Katriana Edin. Ya President Mahama directed some audit. Yenye head counts are you know the actual number. Or to make clear all the 3-month arrears precope. So I think say any political witch hunting bina abayi eye. No political hint and the Obeka say this is political witch hunting be a menino and agenda. He is actually ensuring say obi bia wafa kwati kwan so you see ohwe sika yi anya sika ketwo emu aduru yi esika minim say omodi mfi ha me the number of years omotimi de adi and I mean jin den so say onongoa and eye behind this. I mean look at the number. I simply don't to be a from the head of the service to the bottom of the service oma hunu say numbers yi 1,000 additional names here abeka ho frakadan bi wo. That should tell you say enyo nonko eye cartel bi omo nyina akeka omo try den abom obeko Ministry of Education ho krampo no. Now there were people who were even behind this trying to support and ensure say this camp will go on.
Okay.
See any Monday. Okay. Mr. Susa, I mean ebiana yamane bail. I mean omonje ne passport say the be ya ontimi enwane
I think say minority entimi nka say bra no be yinefi minority.
No, I didn't say that. I said they will no. I said they assured her. They assured her so omra.
No.
They influence her coming. They will stand behind her to defend her.
They can't stand behind her.
That's what they said.
All right.
First budget IDC if you need power in so from the the largest opposition party.
Yeah.
The New Patriotic Party, and as a member there, and then as a Ghanaian, me share quite a bit faster. I buy a bit to me because in the manifesto, no, and some more can be brave in terms of e-levy,
okay,
betting tax. Almost I can say, almost say women's bank,
yeah,
and I'm looking at a few of them.
Okay.
So these are areas that say uyi e-levy, now ye betting tax. Ne uye wajin so say set up in governance and in financial governance, you know. Budgets of every country, you know, receipts. Sika u say ubetimi ajiji.
Yeah.
And now sika will say,
yeah, and
now expenditure,
yeah,
and so expenditure no has to do with your fiscal policy. Say nebe abehwa unko overboard.
Okay.
And so if the current situation on my way the woman, the challenges of this country has to do with yentimi jisika esu. And it's a term dia yenanam.
Okay.
And I need a crown so see a gino. Leakages near wo munu doors.
Okay.
Inti offer assembly sinina. Omo budget or my year when we say almost on property rates. And we all know in the last government MPP, ye best centralize property rate collection. Send a a buying bit me I sure so back capture every property into the data property address system now GPS
no. Okay.
So back capture every property now buy to me at this getting no mama assemblies, you know, a percentage, but sir policy, no parliament pass here a man by right bar assemblies, you know, implementation, no
uncle you
honestly.
You
see, there are a lot of things that I think the government at that time, young research or one,
okay.
Obapa, assemblies no one call for more collections. Until the policy way ban, some of them you are not going to use them.
Okay.
And we have one challenge, so they will find a way to sabotage it. Two, abandon yourself or you sue technology to collect, because the physical and the human interface of collection, you know, obiko kodia sheni bukum obeba be do assembly ho no anyini nyina na otimi because all bana say ne ba yare a say sika no da ho pa de
nya de odebekọ akotia
ontimi fa mba assembly assembly nankasa so any systems a omutimi de tracking crofo ejiji say sika nyina
yeah
nti ekoba ne say Sankrofo no who yi o mafio na why recruit two nipa o betime use technology and they were giving some apps
okay
o dey tracking to kofia na we bisa o say ofie no age
yeah
o details no wa enter wi a na a generate o property rates amount. Then government also needed to do valuation revaluation of all properties in this country. So you have the first class properties, you have the second class properties, and the third class properties.
Sabe ankwaje atakwa me dan bi ne dan bi esitra sa ko rate pe.
That is
I think I guess.
San your money na government yes all year, which was a very fantastic thing. And indeed, and now they all say you be yet say a party we are now say we they all say as a country. You should quite be fast one. You value your properties now because Obapa land management or my way a challenge because residential properties are even taking over lands ought to be used for agric purposes or even virgin lands. Spaces are say disaster near the bar, people would even should have a place or meet in this time he needs animal no build these cities no and even recreational centers in areas. First, ye nyimi ani ebobo temano. There were areas ye timi di agro ho. Maybe a cars parky.
Yeah.
And there's how you money nyina no a lot of these areas you don't see it because nkrofo encroach or some properties we no at least government should have a way of collecting.
Okay.
But government is unable, and research has shown that we collect less than 50% of the property rate in this country. But then nkrofo is see that.
Yeah.
So that policy MPP are binding by I think that this government needs to look at it.
Okay.
And then revisit and fine tune no. District no properties or you bet imagine. And you bet my assemblies no. And some financial leverages.
Yeah.
Then coming to road taxes, road levies are near GGR. To charm 1 day pen.
Yeah.
Which for me, I thought Senate was unfortunate. But one thing I want governance more also be at here and say, "Tem be no overall objective. Me person me achieve way, but me just way anyway. I met me the enya way. Then I will forget about it and move on. And I think that was the mistake. Say, people saw it as it was so too acute, and I say too quick. Say, oh sorry, one morning, per se, oh project, say, obey e-levy. Sikase intino, me ye road tolls if you are. Sa e-levy no betimia boamiama, metimia a running government. Now, I say clearly no, ya from the answer. So for me, I think this government needs to look at all these things. Say, even if you want to reintroduce the road tolls now, I think the local, the transport and the road minister, Honorable Abuja, made a statement, say, Ebeba Krampa, they would refine that so that you use modern system because here you say you're outside you don't pay to people. Yeah. There's a system that enhances you to pay. But then, do you have that infrastructure? That is the question.
Okay.
Because everything I say, technology is good, digitalization excellent, but then the question also be I want to say, oh yeah, now when the fundamental structures, infrastructure now, a bit me efficient, then now be. For instance, in the hospitals, hospitals, you would have a situation where you are using a computer. Software how they diagnose you they patients but if that software no echo off na oye na nkwa then you have a queue of patients go obeying obeja almost omontena honom na say you find an alternative. So that is what I think say I will say say see eba get road tolls no with technology say in the event say technology no fail are you not going to get traffic jammed? Because I didn't be. Let me pass also too quiet. What happens? Until all these things needs to be looked at. Then I also think that this country where we have gotten to, this budget would also create an environment among for a person almost set up on Majumano. Yeah. So I think it's fortunately I heard Honorable Doyo Ganza. Yeah. It can be about mass law. Yeah. I've said it on several platforms and I think I would say it again. On my way. You see a soft loans for entrepreneurs. Kufuor be a mass law. First, poverty alleviation fund. Sure. Rolling style. Yeah. And I could for buy any see that. It's a poverty alleviation fund. Near the mouth at districts. Until you go district finance officer, which near the amount. A lot of defaulters happened. Why? Because me MPP Nintino say me pushima onipa way ya mansa near the manna on him say MPP sika. Oje ya.
I'm from my BM.
Asa. Ontua. Onsi ho as to say sikano how aban yeah this kind of a shame because aban onye chari onis ka bi o baby o
taxes here or GG
or just ka bia the ko baby a also onya ho faso and that is the thing that we in our part of the world yenti as you nti say me MPP need dia na ye ma certain poverty alleviation ni kaipa in 2000 for ye ba power 2001 me regional secretary o ma me church o mu din ye de ma o mu nyina Minjin this will be a call back to assembly or credit. And then that scheme, you know, you're scrapping off. Because I said the debts on that scheme, you know, why in a check is how much was even debt on it? Nobody. Yeah, no if you then came Maslock. And you what NBSSI, MPP, yeah, now, yeah, you see, young employment agency, Mebuana, so employment agency, almost. During COVID, me man call for soft loans. Or say for show business, we for ton kosia or ya. No. And ne, yembisa sa agency ni say loans for my man, recovery rate.
Saying.
Maslock. Oh, how do you cry there?
How do you say wahala?
Maslock there. How do you? It is there. We call a year now bonds well. Oh boy, ya na say as we body no boy. Say ye teacher no be afa ne de no ko Maslock come there many na in the last years I set up Maslock from 2004 MPP set up BCN. I think the finance minister should give us something on this area. Now you try say you know as a country no ye per se any MPP signed last time you the NEP by national employment entrepreneurship innovation program
no for cost and PD wo ho ne ade
and no so sika omudi amanyina yembisa say what has happened to all those beneficiaries? Have they been able to impact the economy in terms of job creation? Because if you're looking at micro businesses, we are looking at people who can create jobs 3, 5, 10 3, 5, 10 and so forth. And so in their small neighborhood, you know, ultimately provide these services that is the essence, that is growth. But if we are not getting all these things and it's a matter say political schemes now yajiji sikano obijia no da to turn tade na washe and as a matter of fact so obeji schemes we musika na we are no. So for me the finance minister should begin to create an environment to be Ghanaians be responsible in terms of our finances in this budget so that we can move on. Because when you say by your individuals, you're responsible, you're responsible on our finances in Tino. And then I sign me up to give us the entire country media know. So sitting at the ministries and the agencies, the same thing goes on. You are spending, you don't even know why you are spending, you don't even know how to even get additional revenue where other lines of revenue. And so as a country, now they be okay. This budget should focus on say expanding revenue generation. Yeah, sure. So say areas say this is Kabeko a better return on investment. And yes, at this country we aren't going anywhere.
All right, Ali, your expectation on the budgets?
Yeah, Madam say so. Mama sa konye. Mama mfa enchia mu dema atiefo ne ahwefo a omo etie hwe ene anope. The American is afe na eba budget ankasa ebetie monsem atie monsem de ne nokre. Where the current finance minister ato forcing said the associate ne nyomasia just say kona keke budget no nya kukuwa bi mu na omakot na baby o e na omahyehyɛ sɛ omokɔ akɔredi a practical budget.
Okay.
Before this whole thing no what me hunu say ɔkɔ ne a lot of stakeholders ekɔdidi nkɔmɔ what me call market no ne adwadifo edi nkɔmɔ take your inputs or to me echo your friend is saying abuso kind of echo the din komo ewo ho. I mean it no alone no a signal say he's actually trying to get the people input in how the budget should go, and that should be commended. Yahunu bi sada atamana ofuriata ne Adam ebeteki obanyina yahunu bi. So this is a very practical budget. I mean, you know, ha ebe hunu munsem ne de ebe fam aba But the American United said, I was a Ghana for etimi ehunu say budget here echo ready. You matter the outcome of the budget biano and I was say etimi jitum prekope.
Okay.
Because a budgeter anemia pana yatimi ede ba easy. Because you better you take you over as government. You hear in Kratani books, microphone notice or my passa or mancha bibia the coffers of the state. Until it appears, say, a barber shall here entirely from the scratch. Kamia say, I mean, the NPP government never existed. And I think I NDC for ever Abeshas from the scratch. It's not going to be easy. But Mecca say there are some key areas this budget will actually highlight. Our major campaign promise, which is the 24-hour economy, will be a serious highlight in this budget presentation. I can state to you on authority, say, we'll be expecting to hear issues concerning the Commander Sugar Factory. Abai take you over omutimi eye nyoma troka up to date about $35 million investment. That's what enye juma. This budget reading is going to highlight, say, as part of the 24-hour economy, the Commander Sugar Factory will run 24-hour economy. Okay. But me first akonya iso na me fa adisiedre kasiye pa emma the Minister for Trade Eye Ofosuajare
Elizabeth
Ofosuajare Sir Commander Factory be juma said yes na efata and ye nipa baako pe and was otimi no edidi nkombo no otimi bisa a lot of question no otimi a lot of consultation no otimi no efa adwen efa factory because the factory be juma enamsa the pakrono so now or a board member of the Commander Sugar Factory no sanso a secretary to the board of the Commander Sugar Factory Eye Ranford Chatman Vani Amwa Odima kotene pa obo go Commander Sugar Factory information beba nyina no amenidin emfrimo so he's someone who is influential in that factory to me born homodin pa and to mesre say onini entu anamo efri samria kopim say I mean to bibia ma factory no eden ahye asye adwuma I think over adwuma ebebuya ma mebuno no enya asem kicho over 7,500 jobs I mean, to the entire people in this country, a work commander. So I think, say a bit me manaya juma, I was here to me consult to Ranford. Now, Otimi Boa in that manner. So we are going to see some highlights in the 24-hour economy. Yeah, bet me so I can say, your passport offices, so a also area, a be running 24-hour economy. So the 24-hour economy, and this budget is going to already the preparation grounds on koso enche kra ebetimi a roll out the sectors and the money moya no be shate around 24-hour economy no said e be ya ebetimi amu enwuma mabuna sebi omawie suku a monya adwuma nya sebi omotitifi I mean abranti a odi mfie be aduasa be enum a da so S7 no aduane ho ni ade nyina omonyina benya adwuma aye the Women's Development Bank so this budget is going to highlight because ma menom ye nuanom ma ye ofase enom ne omo makika ka ho nyina omo wodwomo bre no nyasem ketu ate say busia crowd be obi o crop ya ye ka oguan be 500 Ghana cedis pro 500 na say 200 Ghana cedis pro e dia hye bibia se nso
na wo obi oton kosia ni nyina egu pampa no so no ka bo ma ya 500 cedis
wa ho tino this women development
I had 1.5 what will be that
this woman
Smith so do ebu
that's 1.5
question ya 1.5 what will be that
and see the American United say a bit to me the finance minister is going to highlight how it's going to be rolled out in supporting your market women are being previous only support to be from anywhere now mesre these market women are said the menu be marker mass lockings loans or the maya and crofod journey at their day they should be committed say ya this sika emo so momfa nya yi a baby a obeye adwuma na dru no I mean onya so mfa so a bra betua se de be ya onua bi nso oti bi bi nso be den ebenya bi eno koba ne sai betimi ato aso am obia eho ai den atono so yes taxes na ye di ebu man and without taxes there's no way a buy no benya sika etimi arane the economy but yet taxes bia nso ene etimi echeche echimkrofo nsa eje nti we dey maka and I'm very optimistic beyond reasonable doubt say emebuna omo ehwe ya no pay I mean I am very convinced beyond reasonable doubt say betting tax will be a thing of the past. The finance minister is going to highlight on how, I mean, it's going to be scrapped entirely. E-levy, yebe every ho, you know, yebe something like emission levy, COVID-19 levy. All these are nuisance taxes. I mean, yebe yina free ho said yebe yankrofo ho be ha mo. Kaya abaya ayabaya sekabia no ha oma charge say oma coffers of the state are empty. Nka we nyina nka betimi ama na koso said be ya I mean aban no betimi anya adwuma e de abo oman no ho bra. But I mean any ethical any right say yeti betimi I have all these things I mean nkrofo ho papa omo na all these taxes yetimi agi efri omo ho but will bring substitute. Yeah, the finance minister will bring new taxes bia and we are reasonable enough bia and no betimi replace some of these taxes I mean na Ghana for nyina e ka ho asem so say enya ade a etimi boa ema oman no den ekoso. You know we expect finance minister budget or they be at the end of the day no Ghana for do na begiatum because omo inputs and ye crew training nyina go nkrata so a ye kwakoken kind watchna o here finance minister said you ne oba ya ogina ho edi nkomo ya o tie no nyina input the obe catch na nyina no is in the budget so you know inclusive budget Ghana for nyina na ekamia kwese o makotena se dia ba obehu reaction obehu responses no obi abe endorso ama say aye kwakoye you know very fantastic budget ye hunu bi abakosem da e wo mayemo
me can't be big credit em say me pese me ma Ali nya some information big in the preparation of budgets there has never been a time we prepare budget unye stakeholder consultation.
So like Guta and
every year
me
my FNH person there was assembly for almost 6 years.
And then after some consultations
that is
now the input will not reflect in the budget.
That is one say or end up saying say abani be certain taxes be like for instance emission tax. Emission tax I'm a public health physician so when you talk about emission tax my knowledge I've done a lot of readings about these things. Why do we even have emission tax in a developing country? Challenges are AFEC. Can we take it out and then as we move on maybe a bit now. But then tax you have people who would complain. I mean they will say it yes. Also cannot say young tax be out the ban because obia ni asase so tua tax and energy
obia so tua obia petria
in advanced countries you know because omombra na yes stringent evade tax obeko prison ana me boa ultimately
evade you cry the system is in such a way that you can't even evade
just say we crime about trim and na bia na force ultimately pay bia cry enyi nti I was saying no na ye hwe kwan ye be fa so a ye widen the tax net because widen of tax net
and no be betimi aboa ye
and be boy the informal sector nipa no doors wo kwan be ne be fa so a ye be capture ye nyina I've always been using artisans we fa artisan we ba ofia be ye adwuma no abobo meji 4,000 wa to to materials we no age 4,000 no ko
on your tax be
and so that person
that people believe that's why indirect taxes is so ho.
That person so yare obeko hospital opekwan a papa faso because they say your road network a challenge. A politician be over my way you say road network is a challenge. One of the reasons I road networks now a challenge crane say your development and your planned.
Okay.
Your development your planned. Because baby I know be a kota assassin. I hear na ya structure ni ye say wontimi nkwa ha nkota assassin until say aye we ho a. Who says animal we beba?
David.
For me, I think say the previous government so I can say development bank. I don't know so oba.
Yeah, sure, Mekai.
And this I don't know where I think say the finance minister get me highlight on that. I think it will be good. Sure. So that if you say development bank, ni women bank there. Think I'm getting say development.
Yeah, development.
So that we could look at it from you see on my way say ya antini o ma bia see anka say ade ne ye ya mo man no na ekoba say me ye na ye mimi na ye mi na ye me party na ye me a de bi e be wo sa ye ABC mu we push it say dami we kwa na we push aba na ye gina ba bi gina ana me bo ana because development bank and a women's bank I think say e be fa so kra ma
women's bank and they utie policy no ma is purposely for women
na development
at say development there will be abetimi akwa
so does it mean say women's bank no ye be ma na akọ say akọ akọ can say ma kwan
oh Debbie it's for women
nti me ye nsi ho kra
o kwa ye de wo ho o kwa ye de kwatia o kwa ye de wo ho eya madia
me ba cho me me pa me nko asem because my co-worker be a can be right here feminism and the way
oh quite yes a man a cashiers or one on be managers or one on maybe in fact drivers in Okra am apply for driving liberty
at least you see ho
David be all ye here no yeah finding
women's bank no
women's bank
security men the obey security the obey cleanness so be a bar. And be different from we have
and only development
bank. We just want to prioritize. So the be a maso anya omo chefa.
Kwati awati.
Me end no me sedawa 24 economy no. Area me stress government you also more money has to do with the security.
Okay.
Because say yantimia my security na effective. I be capture all the hours now we'll have a problem because Nancy says you said you nuan me mobile
money no
mkrofo to bom tuo ni adasan papa o papa enra me say me do baby anajo around oyibi side one na girl or ti but me can say me is tell say there be on pen ho asem because about 8 on ye attempt and so if you betimi aye because vulcanizers crash sometimes on na manado na car kai eyes a year who ba bia because we na pompon nti sa nyuma we mu nyina na good for the country it me ye na it is security I think say the finance minister should look at it how I betimi are expanding and you create certain security measures be boy am etimi running an economy that actually to give us
me tax ba ko a as ma ban de ba ya to me nanka a yepa but when implementation a luxury vehicle tax when him says tax no senka mutimi hihye ni year enka tax bi anko ma na yebetimi age but me nim nkrofo ko mo tena se plan ye I think eba o mutiri mu an say luxury vehicle tax and yes we engine capacity started from 3.5 wo ka ho but we have some luxury vehicle and engine capacity by 2.0 be at 2.5 2.8 thereabout our onu 3 no column kra na fo akwa who ka dada bi our don tete cars here no mo yenji akese sa mo tax no time no me rent feeder me kwa yusu Kia Sorento 2005 model sa time na mo so no ma introduce sa tax no and no engine capacity at 3.5 Edu sameton obi aka so obi aba ho say 3.5 there luxury vehicle tax burden e be che no ntimeto wo reka no so na ne age ni nye age ye luxury wo reka ne set Sorento woni Sorento Kia Sorento 205 model et say and so luxury vehicle no tax na che no it is a tax ni say ye kase ye begia yentina se ne analyze say cars be ne betimi dia to sa bracket nim because awutimi enya ebia me van say bia 20 make example ebimutimi to cars millions of dollars $200,000 $300,000 it is so say sika ne timi to sa car na oh nade kakra ban be jo na untimi tua so sa tax ne dia me eda so makomam senka ban betimi a regularize ni yie a strategize ne proper am ye hu car sa ye beti me hu se wey ye de ne ka luxury vehicle no bracket ni mu a oka ho akebeboa because onko for obi kia bia that there bia ni sisi sugar na ka jam say ni capacity at 3.5 into a luxury vehicle you see it's not fair
yeah so on say enti enu nyina ye but on say that time na buy ye no ukaya omo na mutonton sa second hand vehicles and they were omo na no mu
say na make say ya anye ni yie
I think say you are right
ya anye ni yie any your brand new cars and so a we can not see what you say I dey home trade what you mean sika kuduo oto sa car ne dia now so your tax also your tax ma ban wow na fe ala de na ye de kwaba ni etua road wedding ni de keka ho what I don't know if I'm making a very one person as tax ne buy no I was for it and against it because the implementation ni the one mo ye no na enkoye but so always tax na nkasa na da ho na ye kase ye ya ye betimi aye ni ya ma ban anya sika pa ananko focus o muto okroma no maka who tie be price abeku achi o omo wo se ya ka jam se sika ni Ghana me so omo boy sika wa
ekrofo wo sika
pa aya ye ni bi
na obapa omo se ade ba akoso a menu ne kan sugar factory no who say Ghanaians say yen appetite for foreign taste no
it's too much
and also so quite ben e be fa so say ye betimi anya emra bi a e betimi aboa yam yetimi ake
eno na say e was here the tax bi to sa e bia me van say adekoro na ye produce bi wo Ghana ye ma Ghana de ne boanyefo na de ye import ne boanya den what you say e be ma your appetite na
say asem we are okay you see economics o level ni ade you try you see o person protect
so I don't know why we can't do it
implementation the problem all the taxes na be protect we industries until products are o ya wa ha no obi di ba then you impose exactly but you know say people who are into that businesses normally no ma ba omo cartels and they are powerful and the politicians
so that's
backing them so the implementation
so we know what is right
sure
but implementing it
needs political will and commitment to do that
say juice ye bi wo Ghana and so the foreign juice say they be egu krom
na say nsuo kura nkrofo no imported water
that no be catch them say bi mo no
imported water I say be na okay I know people I know them by names minimum me no mo relation imported water amo no local one na ni bi
local one
no that because them say galamsey asensuo no enti de ya wa Ghana hana irrespective say so we is purified on trusted say you purified ampa enti omo no imported water what you say problem I want Ghana had there so
enyasem ketua
your problem
ye ka se e ka be ka ma
your problem